Today, we'll see how to form and use direct object pronouns in French. Remember how subject pronouns can replace what does the action in a sentence? We've already studied, in lessons 1 and 2, how, for example, in this sentence, Manon reads the book, the action is reading. And since out of the two nouns in the sentence, Manon is the one doing that, she's the subject, and her name can be replaced by she, which is a subject pronoun. But just because the book isn't doing anything in this sentence doesn't mean it can't be replaced by a pronoun. The book is the direct object, and if we don't want to repeat the same word multiple times, Manon reads the book, Manon likes the book, Manon bought the book at the store, we can replace it with an object pronoun, in this case the word it. Since the book is the object, it is the object pronoun. In English, the direct object pronouns are these words: me, you, him, her, it, us, you all, and them. You can already tell why it's important to know the difference between subject and object pronouns. While there are some similarities like the second person singular, the third person singular, and the second person plural, they aren't interchangeable. It wouldn't make sense to say me like you or he likes I, because you're treating subjects like objects and vice versa. Well, the same is true in French. These are the direct object pronoun choices in French. They're pronounced me, te, le, la, nous, vous, and les. When it comes to using them, there are 2 steps to follow. Number 1, match the noun. Number 2, find the right placement. Let's start with selecting the correct pronoun. It all depends on the noun you're replacing. In our example, Manon reads the book. The French structure is pretty similar to English. Manon lit le livre. The direct object we are replacing is le livre. We can tell that it's third person, singular, and masculine. When we review our direct object pronoun chart, there's only one that fits that combination. Third person singular is le or la, and the masculine one is le. So that's our only option for the pronoun, le. Notice that the le in the original sentence is an article, and the new le we just found is a direct object pronoun. That gives us Manon lit le. Sadly, this doesn't make sense yet. We need to fix the placement. The rule for object pronoun placement in French is they can go either before an infinitive or conjugated verb, or attached with a hyphen to an affirmative command. See the description if you don't know or remember what these are. This rule is super important, but still might leave some confusion. For example, what if you have both an infinitive and a conjugated verb in your sentence? Which one gets the direct object pronoun in front of it? For a step-by-step guide, you can use this chart. This is the one I would make sure you have in your notes. It is longer, but the extra detail makes it easier to use. So let's place this pronoun. This sentence is very basic, so we don't have much of a choice. Lit is a conjugated verb, and there is no infinitive or command in this sentence, so according to our rule, when it comes to conjugated verbs, the direct object pronoun goes before it. So let's move it. Manon le lit. This sentence now translates to Manon reads it, with it referring to something singular and masculine, like book. Let's do another one, this time with more moving parts. Pierre wants to buy the plants. In French, this is Pierre veut acheter les plantes. What is the object in this sentence? What is receiving the action? Well, the action is the verb, and there are 2 verbs here, wants, veut, and to buy, acheter. One is conjugated, and one is in the infinitive. Again, if you forgot what conjugations and infinitives are, check out the Lesson 3 video. But the plants aren't wanting or buying anything, Pierre is. The plants are being wanted or bought. Therefore, Pierre is the subject, which leaves les plantes as the object. Once we've identified our direct object, we can replace it with a pronoun if we want. This would be like making the English sentence, he wants to buy them. Les plantes is plural and feminine, which means out of our potential pronouns, les fits best. Notice how when we use les, it's an object pronoun, not an article like it was in the first version of this sentence. So we know our direct object pronoun is les. Let's go on to step 2, where to put it. The rule states that it can go before a conjugated verb or infinitive or attached to an affirmative command. Which of those are here in this sentence? Remember, veut is a conjugated verb and acheter is an infinitive. That means le is going before one of them. But which one? Here, we need our choice hierarchy. The first priority is if there's an infinitive. There is, which means the direct object pronoun goes before it. Now the direct object pronoun is placed, so there's nothing to put in front of the conjugated verb, veut. That gives us Pierre veut les acheter, which in English means Pierre wants to buy them, with them referring to something plural, like in this case, plants. Shall we try another one? This is Nabila, and this is Veronica. Nabila might tell you or someone else that she sees Veronica. But if she's talking to Veronica, she's not going to say that name again. Which direct object pronoun will she use instead? That's right, you. How do we say this in French? I see is je vois, and you, the singular informal direct object pronoun, is te. But where does it go? Referring to our chart, the only verb we have here is conjugated. Voir is the to form of voir, to see. That means our direct object pronoun, te, goes before it. So Nabila, talking to Veronica, would say, je te vois, I see you. What about negation? In that case, the direct object pronoun stays just in front of the verb, and ne and pas spread around them. Let's say that suddenly, il y a du brouillard, it's foggy. How would Nabila say, I don't see you, to Veronica? That's right, je ne te vois pas. How about in the passé composé? We know that the direct object pronoun will go before the auxiliary verb. Let's see what that looks like. How would we say I told you in French? Well, I told is j'ai dit, and if we pick the informal singular option for you, we get te as the direct object pronoun. For placement, we put it before the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb here is est, from avoir. There's a separate lesson on passé composé with avoir in the description if you need it. When we move the te before est, something interesting happens. We back up to what we had before the apostrophe took the place of the e in je. Then the te goes in front of est, which results in its e dropping due to the double vowels. So I told you in French is je t'ai dit. Now, this is an introductory video, but using direct object pronouns in the passé composé actually has more rules in French, including potential gender and number agreement for past participles. Please visit this link to learn that concept. Now, what about commands? Well, Pierre wants to buy those plants. Let's command him to do so. Let's tell him, buy them. The command buy for the formal you, let's assume Pierre is our acquaintance and we speak formally with him, is acheter. As we know from our chart, we're supposed to attach our direct object pronoun to this word with a hyphen. The object pronoun for les plantes is les. Since it's not me or te, we don't change to moi or toi. So that gives us achetez-les. But what if Pierre is still hesitating? How would you tell him, listen to me? The command listen is écouter. The direct object pronoun for me is me. But remember that in the affirmative commands like this, me becomes moi and te becomes toi. So listen to me would be écoutez-moi. Okay, let's practice. Pratiquons. In the following sentences, identify the direct objects, then replace them with pronouns, and finally rearrange the sentence to follow the placement rules. Pause the video here. Before we go over the answers, pronounce your responses out loud. Okay, how do you do? Numéro 1, nous le voulons. Numéro 2, elle la regarde. Numéro 3, est-ce que tu veux nous rendre visite? Numéro 4, vous l'écoutez. Numéro 5, je vais le vendre. Numéro 6, ils ne peuvent pas le voir. Numéro 7. Nous les faisons. Numéro 8. Tu dois la nettoyer. Numéro 9. Mettez-le ici. Numéro 10. Charles ne l'a jamais caché. Great work! Génial! Bravo! That's it for direct object pronouns in French. You can find more language learning resources and videos like this one at lingolearner.com.